right here. Second thing, supraspinatus. You remove your acromio-deltoid, and then up here is your supraspinatus. This is the ridge I was talking about that divides it into a supra and an infraspinatus. So this is the infraspinatus. And then teres major. Let me just flip it real quick. This thing, this muscle right here, it has to be on, so it's not this. These are probably pectorals. Oh, yeah, it is. And then this is your teres major. On the board, you'll find that there is a teres minor. So it is under the deltoid muscles. Deltoid. All the way in here. So if you see a pin like this, you know what it is. It is teres minor. Alright? Another hard one is coracobrachialis. But you can learn it easily by the only pin that would ever be on the armpit. Because it's all the way in here, I would need to like chicken wing it, basically. Just break it open for us to find it. But what I can do is I can do this, put a pin in here, and then you can definitely tell it's coracobrachialis. No matter what the cat looks like, it's always this thing. Alright, it's an easy question. Hope it clicks, basically. What else do we have? We have the deltoideus muscles, which we did last time. Again, spino, acromio, right here. And then you have your biceps. Sorry. This side is better. Nope. Yeah, so this is your biceps right here, and then between the biceps and the brachialis muscles is the, so this is called biceps brachii, by the way. Use the full name, don't write biceps in the exam, it'll be a half point. Biceps brachii. And then you have your brachialis muscles, which is between, so this pectoral muscle separates the biceps and the brachialis. Okay? That is something you need to know. Triceps. Any guesses, anyone?
Back of the
Any
arm.
gym goers?
Back of the arm.
This thing right here. So, biceps brachii has a long head and a short head. And that doesn't mean that there are two muscles. It is just one muscle, and then it just deviates into two heads. You'll see that better on the human models. I won't ask you about them on the cat models. So next time, let's go over it next time. Let's not confuse ourselves. Triceps, same thing. Long head is tri, have three heads. Long head, medial head, and lateral head. Again, don't confuse yourself on the cat, but once we get to the human muscles, the human models, you really need to be able to discern where each one is. And that is about it for the shoulder and the brachii region. And then we have the antebrachium, which is this area here, which is the forearm, basically. So, all the muscles up here on your brachii, what would they do? Well, based on their origins and insertions, you can tell that they're all up here, and they insert into the forearm. So what they would do, basically, is either adduct the forearm, or like flex the forearm. Well, unless it's a triceps, then it would extend your forearm. So it all works on your forearm, then that is where it inserts, somewhere on the forearm. Okay? This part. But what about the muscles that are all over your forearm? So these stuff, basically, all they handle is your fingers and your hands, your wrists. And depending on their name, you can basically tell where you might be able to find it. So, like I said, this is the extensor side. This side extends. So this is your extensor side, and that's where we're gonna start. Okay? Brachioradialis is this thing right here. Yeah, brachioradialis. And then you have your extensor. So this very discernible one, brachioradialis. All right. it originates from the lateral epicondyle, and then it inserts into the radius, which is up top, like we all know. This is your radius, top one. And what it does is that it supinates the manus. Supinates. The hand, basically. Then you have your extensor carpi radialis. There are two of them, a longus and a brevis, and they are in order, basically. So find your radius, it's this bone underneath all of this. This bone, where the thumbs are, radius. So you have the extensor carpi radialis longus, and then brevis. Okay? And then you have your extensor digitorum. And there are two of these. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so this is a whole thing is the extensor carpi radialis, this way. And then you have two extensor digitorum, two of them. They're both the same thing, basically. And then you have your extensor ulnaris, which will be on your ulna, this thing right here. Okay? So on the top one, extensor radialis, extensor carpi radialis, and then you have your extensor carpi ulnaris. It's all the way down here. So that covers the extensor side, this whole side right here. What we have left is the flexor side, so we'll have to go this way. What would this one be? Any wild guesses? Look at the board. On the right, flexor side. First one, second one. Flexor carpi ulnaris, right? Yes, it's ulnaris because it's on the ulna, basically. It's on the bottom down here. If it was up here, it would be radialis. So carpi ulnaris, and then here is the flexor carpi. Damn it, come out. Flexor carpi radialis. And then between these two, you have your flexor digitorum again. And then you have your pronator teres, which is a little triangular muscle at the base of the brachioradialis, basically. All right, it's this little muscle down here. So that covers all of these. What I need you guys to do right now is bring out your calf.